Hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of She Builds Tech Skills North America. I'm your host Chikna Gandhi. I'm a senior solution architect at Amazon and I'm based out of New York. I have been with AWS little over 2.5 years and I support DNP customers, basically the customers who have been using AWS Cloud for many years. For those who are new to our channel, let me tell a little bit about the She Builds program. We started this mission to make the future of the tech more diverse and close the cloud skills gap, create opportunities for underrepresented groups to thrive in the tech industry. We showcase female tech talent and impact they are making in their role or business. If you have missed any of our previous episodes, you can watch them in the YouTube channel right now. All right. So today it's a very special episode because we are going to bring you three special guests. We have Priyanka, Archana, and Sumita from our AWS Solution Architecture team. We are going to be learning about their career journeys, their role as a solution architect, the challenges they have faced in their careers, and how they overcome them. But before we do that, I would like to introduce you to one more special person, our moderator Tamara. She'll be in the background addressing any questions you may have. So please remember to post your question in the chat. All right. So let's start. Let's start our special episode for today. So, first of all, the introductions. Can you introduce yourself and tell us one interesting fact about you that not many people knows? This is a chance to go public about it. Priyanka, why don't we start with you?
Sure. So, hello everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Priyanka Sadhu, and I am a senior solutions architect at AWS based in New York, and have been working with AWS for 9 months now. And as a senior solutions architect, I'm responsible for developing technical cloud strategies, assisting with cloud migration efforts, reviewing the workloads of our customers, and providing guidance on architectures. So overall, my role is very customer facing and helping customers in their cloud journey. In a gist, a little about my background. So I have a bachelor's and master's degree in computer science, and I have been working in this industry for over 14 years now, where I've worked as a data engineer, data architect, and I have worked with finance, real estate, and nonprofit organizations, and have helped these companies to build their data strategy, and if they didn't have any, build them from scratch, and also help them eventually migrate to cloud. A little fun fact about me that not that everyone knows about it. It's like I am learning to ice skate now, and I'm also trying different painting styles. I love to paint, and I'm trying different mediums, different subjects. So yes, that is about me.
Ice skating is real fun. Oh, wow. I'm so much thrilled about it. I've never done it, but I tried like snow tubing kind of a thing, and I was always interested in trying the skating as well.
Yeah,
So
I was scared of the falls, but I was like, let's go for it.
yeah, for sure. Sumita, why don't you go next?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Jigna. My name is Sumita. I work as a solutions architect in AWS and I support customers in the Southeast region. So, as a solutions architect, my primary goal is to help customers achieve their business objectives through technology. So, as a solutions architect, I help customers design the right solutions. I provide architecture guidance. I also review the customer architecture. I also build demos for them and also help customers build their proof of concept on cloud. So about my background, I have a master's degree in computer science, and I joined AWS almost like 2.5 years back. So prior to joining AWS, I worked in various financial organizations as well as transportation industry. So I started my career as a software engineer and then moved into various technology roles. So I have been working in the tech industry for almost 15 years now. Yeah, and I live in Northern Virginia, and I'm a proud mom of two girls.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. Archana, would you like to go next?
Sure. Thanks, Jigna. Hi, everyone. My name is Archana Ambavne, and I'm a solution architect at AWS based out of our New York office. I have been with AWS for more than a year now, and as a solution architect, my role is very similar to what basically Priyanka and Sumita explained just now. Help our customers build efficient cloud solutions, act basically as their trusted advisor, and provide guidance and technical help. To give some background, prior to joining AWS, I have around 14 years of experience in system designing and application development. I worked across multiple financial service companies. And for my educational background, I pursued a bachelor's in computer science and a master's in data science. After years of programming and system designing experience, I really wanted to extend my knowledge and experience more in the architecting world. And this essay role gave me exactly the opportunity to work with a wide range of customers as well as industries. So I was able to hone my technical skills as well as build business acumen. One fun fact about myself is that I'm really passionate about traveling. I do like to travel a lot. I have visited around 28 countries so far. And I also have an Insta handle where I create travel content, and I hope to basically inspire more fellow travelers to travel and explore the world.
I love traveling, but I've never posted anything. I am not.
It's a lot of work, yes.
Yes, it is a lot of work, editing and all that stuff. But I don't
Yeah.
know. I have to force my husband to take photos of me. So, anyways, so Priyanka, I know you talked a little bit about your roles and responsibilities, but can you tell about like how does your typical day look like?
Sure. So I would start with what the role entails and then go into what our day looks like. So in our role, we are constantly ensuring that our customers are following some best practices that we in AWS recommend, and they're developing cloud solutions that is secure, resilient, and also it is self-managed, and it has all the operational excellence that it needs to. And to do this, we need a mix of business skills, technical skills, and people skills to understand that, what the customer is looking for. And it's very important to understand what the customer is looking for and, go backwards from there and then design the solutions or provide the recommendations that we are giving them. And what this does, it's like this gives us the ability to provide them with firm, clear perspective that, what solutions we are giving them is actually beneficial for them, and we have to do our research there. So, like I said, there is a mix of everything that we need to do. And what it entails at our end is like no day is like exactly same. So we do not have a typical day from like 9 to 5. One morning we may be visiting our customers, do solutioning with them, whiteboarding with them, or another day we may be doing some POCs. We maybe also need to upskill ourselves where we are doing these technical workshops. We are upskilling and learning ourselves. So there is a lot of things that an SA should do, or a solutions architect that we say here should do. And yes, so it's very important for us to keep learning and do all of these things. But the most important thing is helping our customers, I would say. So yeah, most of our time goes there, and whatever we do is keeping the customers in mind.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yep.
Sumita, like, why don't you share a little bit about like how did you choose to become an SA?
Yeah, Jignam. So, talking about how I came into the technology field, right? So, when I was in my school days, um, I had very limited exposure to technology. So, I'm talking about like decades ago, right? When the technology was not as accessible as it is today. When I joined by bachelor's degree, right, that is when I got some exposure to computer programming. So that really fascinated me, and I decided like I want to pursue my career in the tech path. So I did my master's in computer science. Then I started working as a software engineer. So in major part of my career, I worked as a software engineer. So I was contacted by the AWS recruiter for this solutions architect role, right? So I was not quite sure because mainly because I am new to AWS. I didn't have any prior cloud experience, and I have never worked on a customer facing role in my prior jobs. Um, but after learning more about this role, I felt yes, it is challenging, but at the same time, you get the opportunity to work with many different customers, right? You get the opportunity to learn many customer businesses, as well as it's an opportunity to solve many customer problems. Each customer has their own unique problems, and it is an opportunity to work with them to solve their unique challenges. So all these made me interested into this role, and I decided to join as a solutions architect.
That's really amazing. That's so much inspiring, actually. Archana, how about you? Did you have the same path? Any challenges that you face?
So I would say a slightly different path in the sense that as a kid, I was like my father introduced me to a computer. Like he got a computer, I feel at like an early stage in my life, and I was really fascinated by computers. Did not understand a thing about it at that time, but I basically got really excited and wanted to pursue a career in technology. So obviously had no clue, nobody in the family was into that industry, so we had to do a lot of research of what are the different options, then got to understand about computer science being one of the majors that we can pursue, and the journey kind of started from there. Eventually, like, I got into a good school for my bachelor's, completed that, and then I started working full time, mainly focusing on my programming. So I worked across the different financial services, mainly into developing applications for the trading desk and working around programming skills itself. So over years, I kind of thought that data science was into picture. So I decided to, pursue my master's. I had again no background around data science, but wanted to get into that. And I always think that education is like a stepping stone if you want to break into any specific area, right? So I decided I will pursue my master's. And then once I was done with that, I actually got into different data science projects, again programming related, but into data science. And eventually, after like 14 years of experience, I kept thinking that, how can I expand my knowledge now? How can I've gained so much knowledge over years, how can I expand that and maybe extend that to different industries? And the solutions architect role fit perfectly because of the exposure that it could give me, work across multiple customers, help them to do architecture, and also to explore these different industries and build my business acumen. So that was the goal, and that's how I started working towards it. But the biggest challenge was I had no knowledge about cloud solutions, I had no knowledge about these different industries. So that is something that I really had to work hard and build that to in order to get into a company like AWS, as well as to make sure I'm successful at my role on a day-to-day basis.
That's amazing. Thanks for sharing that. You raised a really good point. Understanding different industries, understanding different business acumen. Priyanka, how do you manage that?
Yep, just like Archana, I didn't have background in AWS before. So during the initial months when we ramp up here, we are given the opportunity to learn, take certifications. So that is what I did to build my AWS knowledge in the first thing, even before going and helping out our customers. And then the challenge was like, working with different customers and in different industries. Because initially in my career, I had worked with like 3 or 4 domains in customer industry. So now you're talking to healthcare in one call, in the next call you may be talking to energy sector, you may be talking to totally different kind of domains. And it's very important, we as solutions architects, we should be able to work in a wide variety of scenarios and also be open to learning the unique requirements for each and every customer. So no two customers, I have talked to are same, or no two custom the solutioning is same. There may be like some commonality in it, but not like exactly, it's a copy of it. So what happens here, like before I go to any call, I will try to do some research about the customers, see what similar domain customers are doing. Do they have customer solutions library where I go and research how they have done it, what they have implemented, listen to the customer, what their challenges are, can any of those solutions be applied to them, and things like that. So again, it's like, you have a curious mindset. With that, you go on learning, you keep pushing yourself, and yeah, you can do your job, I feel.
Yep, yep. I myself started with like retail background, but from retail. I think I went to education background. From there, I went to financial industries. So yes, I can completely understand the trend and the challenge that you just described.
Yep.
Sumita, how about you? Did you have to learn new things when you got into this role?
Yeah, absolutely. Same like Priyanka mentioned, right? I was also very new to the cloud. I did not have much experience working on any of the cloud platform. So I started with AWS certification, right? To understand the foundational concept of AWS, I started preparing for the AWS Solutions Architect certification. So that was kind of a structured approach, and that helped me to understand the cloud concept well. So, I mean, I started with one AWS certifications, then now I have like six more. So, when you prepare for AWS certifications, you learn a lot of new things. Then for improving my technical skills, right, I read AWS technical blogs, the solution guidance, and the best practices that every industry follows, all those things. Um, this is all like the technical side of things, right? So as a solutions architect, we also need to develop our business acumen, because as Priyanka mentioned, we have like many different customers. I have a healthcare customer, then a retail customer, and financial customer. So each customer business is different, and you will be talking to the C-level executives and stakeholders from the customer side. So to help the customer better, you need to speak their language. It is very important for you to understand their business as well. So I had to work on developing my business acumen as well. So for that, normally I do a little research about the customer industry. I go to their website and learn about the customer business. I also read any publicly available articles or any social media posts about that particular customer, just to learn more about their business. Yes, so coming back to your question about learning, yes, I had to learn a lot to be comfortable in this role. And also, learning never stops, right? As part of this role, I learn something new every day.
Yes, I completely agree with you. 1 month I went for a vacation, and when I came back, everyone is talking about Gen AI. So I'm like, okay, now I have to
Yeah.
learn. Things just like completely changing all the time, especially
Correct.
on the technology side. So yes, completely agree with you. Um, I Arjuna, I assume that you must be working with so many people. How do you maintain relationships with peers?
Yes, Jigna, definitely. So, as we discussed, learning about cloud solutions, business acumen, the other important aspect of this role is to develop your communication skills. We talk to so many different customers on a day to day basis. There are like different customer personas that we talk to, from developers, engineers, even C level executives. So, as Sumita mentioned, it is really important for us to, build that communication skill so we can talk accordingly. At the same time, internally within AWS, we are also like interacting a lot with our account managers or our peers, for example, right? So it becomes very important to make sure have a good balance, build those relationships, because with an account manager, I will be talking on a very day-to-day basis, right? But with my peers, I might not interact that frequently, but I need to make sure I build those relationships. I try to ask for help if needed at point. If there are like times when I'm struggling with some technology or struggling with anything, I can ask help from those peers. Also, like build that relationship in order to learn from each other. So I think that really is very important. It is like a backbone support that we get to have building those relation with our peers, helping each other out. One thing that really helped me in this role is I try to set up cadence calls so that over days or even over months you don't lose track of it. If you have your cadence calls with your internal team members, with your manager, for example, with your skip level managers, that definitely helps. And I try to also keep my Fridays for all those internal calls so I can focus and make sure that I'm trying to give that time so that I can work towards building those relationships.
I completely agree. And I think one of the benefit is like, sometimes we keep on thinking that, oh my God, we don't know this, how to, solve it. And when you talk to your peer or maybe your manager or like someone in within your team, and you just realize, okay, that there is someone who has, went through the same situation before, who has like the, guide, like, okay, how this is how you should proceed, or this is how you should handle that situation. That gives so much relief, right? And then you think, oh my God, why did I even why did I even get that much stress with this situation? So I think that's another benefit that I have seen, like when I, talk to my peers, I talk to other people in my team or even across my team as well. uh, Priyanka, I know we talk a lot of about, learning new things and learning so many technologies. Do you also focus on any specific area?
Yep. So, once you've been with AWS for a while, you can choose to specialize yourself in any of the specific domains that you like. So, for me, my background has been like data engineering, data architecture, databases mostly, and I've worked with a lot of structured, unstructured, different kinds of databases. So, I didn't want to lose that learning or the experience that I had. So for me, it was a natural choice to, learn more about the AWS databases that AWS has to offer. So I joined one of those technical field communities, and I am I'll be soon be graduating that. So yeah, for me, it is databases, and because Gen AI is the talk of the town, like you said, I'm also trying to learn more about it. Joined. That program to quickly learn and so that we can talk to our customers about it. So yeah, it's all about constant learning.
Yep, for sure. Sumita, how about you?
I am part of the analytics community in AWS Jignam. So majority of my previous experience was in the software development area, right? So when I decided to join a specialization area, I wanted to explore something new. Also, I felt like most of the customers have data and they need some guidance on building the modern data platform, right? For various reasons. So that is the primary factor why I chose analytics community. So as part of this community, I specialize in AWS analytics specific services, and I also help customers build their analytics data and analytics platform on AWS. I also want to deepen my knowledge on machine learning, and probably down the line, I will also join the machine learning community.
That's really exciting. I know it's some way it's related, and it's more of like an expanded version of
Correct,
it.
correct. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, for sure. Archana, how about you?
Hey, so yeah, so similar to Sumita, I also like came from the software development background. I did have a lot of knowledge around that area, as well as I pursued my master's in data science. So I was able to understand a lot of like the data analytics and machine learning. But I thought that somewhere like I was not as confident was around the resiliency, and especially resiliency of building applications on cloud. And I think that that is also a very critical aspect whenever we are talking to our customers. We want to make sure that how we can make them more comfortable and how we can guide them to build more resilient applications. So that was my focus area. I've kind of worked towards it, and I graduated on the resiliency community, and I'm now trying to focus a lot on topics such as disaster recovery, or how you can keep doing monitoring your resiliency of the application. So I'm kind of focusing on that now.
Understood. That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. I know we talked so many. I mean, we talked a lot about the responsibilities, the challenges that we face, the continuous learning. Sumita, any tips or tricks that you would like to share with the group?
Yeah, absolutely, Jignam. So I would say, like, if you like to start your career in cloud, right, or if you like to become an AWS solutions architect, I can say like certifications is the best way to get started. As I mentioned earlier, the certification will provide you a structured learning approach, and that will really help you to get that foundational concept of AWS platform. And while preparing for certification, for preparation, there are like few free digital trainings available in AWS that you can probably leverage them. And tons of technical contents are available in AWS YouTube channels as well as AWS technical blogs or white papers. And apart from that, occasionally there will be like AWS webinars as well as the hands-on workshops. All those things will be there. So sign up for that. All these are like really good ways to start your cloud learning. And I would say, like, always be learn and curious, right? Because the tech industry is continuously changing. So you should be able to learn new things and adapt with the changes as well.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. Archana, how about you? Anything that you would like to add?
I totally agree with the certifications route. I think that gives you a very good structured way of learning about cloud. And one thing that I would like to bring to notice to our viewers is if you're interested in pursuing our AWS certifications, I highly recommend the AWS Cloud Up for Her program. It is basically a flexible program for women who really want to go deeper on AWS Cloud and complete their solution architect associate certification. So the program is a self-paced with digital trainings. We have like Q&A sessions with solutions architects just like us who will be able to help mentor you or support you throughout your learning process. So definitely go check that out.
That's amazing. Priyanka, any advice you would like to share? Or maybe let me ask you a difficult question. How do you manage time with all these things, with learning new stuff?
Yeah, no, that is one of the most important questions you have asked. So, to succeed as an essay, like Sumita, Archana, they said, constant learning is the way to go, and there is no two ways about it. And how do you do that with your day job or everything that you have around you? How would you do that? So, time management is an important skill that we all need to have, and especially in this role. So, what I typically do is like, I like to start my day early where I would be researching new services, or like I said, before we go to a customer call, we need to do our homework where we are looking into new services, industry knowledge, or any other kind of those blogs that we need to read about before we talk to them. So that is what I start my day for. I set aside some time, every day where I'm reading, and also if I've signed up for some certifications. I'll put some time for that where I'm reading every day, learning constantly, taking practice tests. So that is again, my time is blocked on my calendar. Usually my Fridays, like Archana said, she keeps for internal meetings and, talking to everyone and relationship building. For me, it's mostly doing all these activities where I'm learning, upskilling myself. Like I said, I signed up for the generative AI technical field communities. I'll be learning for that, doing everything they need to do for that. So those are the ways I do, so that is just about like my work life, but then I also need to uncoil and recoil for everything so that I have a fresh mind when I'm starting every day, right? So there is a fixed time when I will be say, okay, like 5 o'clock now I need to shut down. So maybe for another 6 7 hours I'm not looking at my computer, just focusing on my life, on my personal life, doing what I have to do. And then at the end of the day, if I'm not too tired and I have time, I'll get back to it. But otherwise, for me, I'm a morning person, so I start my day early, and that's how I manage to do it.
Thank you so much. I think this was really great insights that we received from all of you. Thank you so much. Actually, that brings us to our next segment, which is the question of the day. So we are going to ask to our audience. Actually, we are going to ask a question to you. It is based on today's episode, and the first one to answer in the chat wins a very very special prize. So let's see our question of the day. Okay. So the question is, what is the main responsibility that our speakers mentioned that they do in their role in their day-to-day life? The first option is becoming an advisor to their customers, option A. Option B is provide technical solutions or services to customers' challenges. Option C is understand the current infrastructure of the customer. And option D is all of the above. So share your question, sorry, share your answer in the chat and let's see who the winner is. All right. We actually have a winner because we got the answer. That's amazing. Uh, you you definitely will get the prize. You just have to contact us in the email that we'll just share, and we'll will connect with you to claim that prize. Thank you so much. Also, to our audience, if you have not done already, subscribe to our channel and get the latest updates of our show. One thing, or I would say one tip that I would like to add, apart from all three of you shared, is you can connect us via LinkedIn, because it's not just like one of a kind of a show that we talk about it, but feel free to connect us via LinkedIn. We would love to talk to you, understand your situation, and help you, like maybe providing like more of like a personalized guidance, where we can understand, and we can maybe recommend few of the courses which will help you to grow in the career as well. So you'll see the details in the chat. Follow us on LinkedIn as well. Awesome. So that brings to the end of our show today. Thank you so much, Priyanka, Archana, and Sumita, for being part of our show. It was really amazing to have you here and share your experience with the wider audience. It's really really appreciated. Thank you so much. To our audience, we'll see you again in our next show. So next, stay tuned.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.